Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hey, beautiful people. I'm May Queen, and something powerful is landing on the 1st of March 2026. The Make You Lounge, where faith meets vibe, where culture meets conversation, and where creativity meets purpose. Broadcasting live from London with strong diaspora root from the Make You Lounge every Sunday, 7 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. This isn't just a radio show, it is a movement. So lock it in, tell a friend, pull up to the lounge, because in the May Queen Lounge, we build legacy while we vibe. See you Sunday at 7 p.m.
Do you or anyone you know suffer with oxidative stress? Oxidative stress is a condition where your body produces too many free radicals, which can damage cells and lead to health problems. Diseases caused by oxidative stress include heart disease, blood disorder, diabetes, arthritis, stroke, chronic fatigue, neurodegenerative disease, premature aging, autoimmune disorders, etc. Health is real wealth. Move, nourish, thrive. Need help? Call me for more information on +4 4 7 4 2 4 4 8 9 5 7 8.
The best radio show
all around the world. Broadcasting live online. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your heart is aching.
Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie, and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show.
Starr Radio, radio for the people, by the people.
All right, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Starr Radio UK Friday edition of the morning show. Today is Friday, the 24th day of April, the year 2026. With the time now 10 minutes past the top of the hour, and from now to the end of the program, I'm going to bring you everything from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. If it's making the headlines, be rest assured of one thing: I will bring it to the fore. But wherever you are, let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy. Good morning to Perry as well. Good morning to the money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services. Our money man, unfortunately, is not going to be with us today because he has some assignment that he has to attend to. Very, very important meeting, trying to get some information for us. So we're not going to be bringing you the money hour. But hey, you know where to go to if you have any accounting issues, as we've been announcing during the past few days on. Yeah. So that is there for you, as you can see that. So get in touch with GL Accountancy Services, our accounting firm, with the money man himself, the CEO, Mr. Dan Tabiri there. Okay, we'll be bringing you more on that in a moment. But hey, let me say good morning to Atakofi all the way in Sherman, Niana Joe. Good morning to Mom and Delta, Mrs. Ryder Hammond and Delta, my sister. Massive good morning to you. I hope you're all doing very, very, very well. Let's catch up the moment you arrive. And let me say good morning also to no other one but the one and only, Mr. Lion Mikoiki, wherever you are, good morning. And to all presenters on Starr Radio UK, past and present, I salute each and every one of you. And let me say good morning to Mr. Frank Davids, KB Bossman, Vicky Newton, and to our own, no other one but May Queen, who will be joining us on Sunday with the Make You Lounge. Good morning. Let me say good morning also to Pastor Jennifer. She told me yesterday she is aware Tenerife chilling out. Okay. Pastor Jennifer, good for you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you there. Let me say good morning to Felix all the way in Aberdeen, my brother. Good morning to Anthony Adedeji, Shamsuddin, Bishop Adeshina. Massive good morning to you all there. Also, let me say special good morning all the way Cape Town, South Africa, to Eben, and then to Antonio and all the family there. We salute each and every one of you. Once again, as a welcome to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 13 minutes past the top of the hour. And let's crack on. Yeah? Good. So I'm going to bring you the quote for the day, weather forecast to follow suit, then the travel app. They will move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as global trotting. Then after which we'll continue and we'll be looking at no other but all the details of the stories that is making the rounds. At 11:45, the line will be activated. We'll continue with our conversation. Then exactly at 12:30, we'll bring the curtains down for the end of the program. I will try to see, my producer is working on something to see whether we can bring you a pre-recorded or a repeat broadcast of one of our discussions with the money man, because it's a current, I tell people, it's a current affairs program. When it comes to the finances, the tax and everything, those are current affairs program. So it's a very dynamic one. So we need to always keep updated on it, and therefore that's why we don't bring lots of the time we don't bring repeat broadcasts of that. But wherever you are this morning, let me say once again, welcome on board. We'll do our best to bring you something before the end of the program. I'll be announcing that. So now let's kick off. Let's go straight to the weather front. Well. It seems sunny outside, but it's sleepy inside. So in the shades, it is in the shadow or in the shade, it is cold. But when it's sunny in the sunshine, it feels but let me tell you more about what is happening today. Today will be a fine and warm day for many with plenty of sunshine and light winds. So you can clean your cars, right? Yeah, I tell you, boy. Now, tonight we'll see areas of low cloud develop from the east, bringing variable cloud during the second part of the night. Some patches of fog may also develop for a time. Now, temperature is going to be 19 degrees. The lowest is going to be 5 degrees. UV level is going to be high. Pollution is going to be low. Pollen is going to be high. So those of you who suffer from pollen, well, you know what to do. Sunset is going to be at 20:12, and sunrise for tomorrow morning 05:47 hours. But let me tell you what is happening for the weekend. So if you have any activities, what you got to do or what you got to look out for, are we going to still continue to get a bit of sunshine, or well, what do you think? Friend says, yeah, the sunshine. Oh, my life. Yeah, is it going to be a sunshine on your life or what? Yeah. So let's look at it. For the weekend weather for you. Just a quick one from there as we go on to bring you the weather forecast before we move on to the code for the day. My apologies there. Now, tomorrow will start mostly cloudy, but the cloud will clear soon after to reveal lots of sunshine. In the afternoon, a band of high cloud will move in from the west, making the sunshine hazy. Now, Sunday will be a sunny and warm day, but it will turn cloudy in the evening with an odd spot of rain overnight. Well, when it comes to the temperatures, Saturday, 21 degrees highs, the lowest 7 degrees, and Sunday, 19 degrees highs, and the lowest 9 degrees. So, by way of the weather forecast, that is what you have to expect in the southeast. But you know, when it comes to the UK, everything is possible when it comes to our weather. But well, at least this is a prediction that I have for you. Now let's move on straight to the quote for the day. And what does it say? It says, life is made up of 3 horizons. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Life is made up of 3 horizons. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So what happened yesterday? What are you going to do about it today? How is it going to impact you tomorrow? That is it. All right then, Starr ready, UK? And let's move on. So on the travels again, well, the underground is still suffering suspension and part suspension, all the routes. So check it out. However, the landing overground are all in good service. And then the major roads in London, there for you on the major roads in London, there are no exceptional delays. Okay, and then coming straight to the river bus, good service throughout. Taking us straight to the London cable car, where I can announce that there's good service there as well. Moving you straight to the National Rail, and what have I got news for you? Yeah. Now, on the National Rail, Great Western Railway is offering special service. Merseyrail, ScotRail, and Southern are all offering special service. That aside, all the others are running a good service, and that's what we say, or how we will say it once again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your comments for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. And I'll be with you. We take a quick break. So stay tuned. Don't touch the dial.
Hey, beautiful people. I'm May Queen, and something powerful is landing on the 1st of March 2026. The Make You Lounge, where faith meets vibe, where culture meets conversation, and where creativity meets purpose. Broadcasting live from London with strong diaspora root from the Make You Lounge every Sunday, 7 p.m. on Star Radio UK. This isn't just a radio show, it is a movement. So lock it in, tell a friend, pull up to the lounge, because in the May Queen Lounge, we build legacy while we vibe. See you Sunday at 7 p.m.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Arta, you say fire.
Well, Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. With the time now exactly at 19 minutes past the top of the hour as we go global trotting. But before then, GIL Accountancy Services, your trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, helping you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Reliable accounting and tax support you can trust. Now, at GIL Accountancy Services, we provide tailored accounting, tax, and business advisory and solutions, giving you peace of mind and helping your business thrive. Services we offer includes account preparation, personal and business tax returns, bookkeeping, payroll and management account, VAT returns and VAT advisory, tax planning and business advisory, gifts, aid claims as well. Who do we support? Self-employed individuals, landlords and property investors, partnerships, limited companies, charities, and social enterprises. Why do you have to choose GIL? Well, for professional and friendly relations that is very reliable, tailored solutions for your goals, proactive tax planning, clear practical advice, and dedicated client support. Take control of your finances today. Free initial consultation as well. To get in touch with them, call 07961 2488 34 07961 2488 34, or you can email at dan@gilaccountants.com, dan@gilaccountants.com, or you can visit their website at www.gilaccountants.com, www.gilaccountants.com, accountants with an S. All right then, ladies and gentlemen, Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. It's now time for us to go global trotting. Okay, and what have we got for you here? Well, let's start on the important ones. Now, yesterday we had the Duke of Sussex, i.e. Prince Harry, who visited Ukraine. And during his speech, he made mention of the fact that he isn't a politician, but said a word of advice to politicians. Donald Trump has said the Duke of Sussex was not speaking for the UK when he called for the US to show leadership on Ukraine. Comments which came days before King Charles was due to meet the president. Speaking during a surprise visit to Kyiv and without mentioning Trump by name, Prince Harry said the US should show that it can honor its international treaty obligation, not out of charity, but out of enduring role in global security and strategic stability. Asked about their remarks, Trump said, Prince Harry, how is he doing? How is his wife? Please give her my regards. I know one thing, Prince Harry is not speaking for the UK, that's for sure. I think I'm speaking for the UK more than Prince Harry. Now, Prince Harry is a royal. Though he is not a working royal, he can speak for us, right? Yeah. But what he's trying to say that because he's been moved out from working royal, so his word carries more power than what Prince Harry is saying. But do you agree with him? Because it looks like, you remember when the Ukrainian leader went to Washington, the White House, and the barrage and everything that took place there. You remember that very, very uncomfortable exchange that took place there. So, and we see how much Zelensky has been pushing for the West to help him fight or get all the funding and the arms to be able to fight or withstand the aggression from Russia. Well, it looks like Trump was looking at it. Well, I mean, what promise didn't he give? He said that when he comes in less than 74 hours or 72 hours or 24 hours, he will stop the war. How many hours has passed now? So it's easier said than done. But Prince Harry announced his trip to Ukraine an unannounced trip came days after he left Australia, where he and his wife Meghan, both no longer working royal, had visited in a private capacity. The United States has singularly role in this story, not only because of its power, but because when Ukraine gave up nuclear weapons, America was part of the assurance that Ukraine's sovereignty and borders would be respected, Harry said. Is that true or is that false? Now, the U.S. president did not answer directly when asked if he would invite Harry to dinner during the state visit of King Charles III and Queen Camilla next week. He's a friend of mine. We're really looking forward to it. We've spoken and we're going to have a great time, Trump said about the king. So I don't think Harry will be invited there at all. But how would it feel like if the king is there and Trump, for once, does something and say, let's invite Prince Harry to be there? Would Harry, also accept the invitation to come or what? But, well, those are some of the headlines, the headlines, don't you worry. We'll come to that in a moment because we are global trotting. My apologies there. Now, Epstein's house about abuse victim in London flats. Those are some of the stories making the rounds here in the UK. Moving on. In other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world, in the U.S. notably, it says that a U.S. soldier charged after winning $400,000 betting on removal of Maduro, Ganon Ken Van Dyke, allegedly made trades on poly markets on the basis of the classified information the Justice Department said. Well. He had inside information and used that to win $400,000. But and then Meta to cut 1 in 10 jobs after spending billions on AI. The question is AI taking jobs from human beings or what? Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. All right. Now, moving on to some other stories making the rounds. This around in the Latin American area. And what have I got for you as we go global trotting? No cartels involved, but Mexico's pyramid attack prompts new concerns a few weeks before we go. So 7 weeks before the World Cup, which will be hosted by Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. How do you see it all happening? It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Moving on straight to the European continent. Now, Steve Rosenberg, Kremlin's tightening grip. That's what Steve Rosenberg is saying. He said Kremlin is tightening grip on intent fuels Russian discontent. Kremlin's tightening grip on internet fuels Russian discontent. Officials say that the restrictions are for public safety, but businesses and public are feeling their impact. Well, let's see what happens there. And headscarf with a beret, Muslim designers showcase floral dresses and boxy streetwear in Paris. Well, would that catch on? Woman killed by bear in Polish forest, son and local government say. Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London on Global Trotting. A rumor, a lynching in India, and a long wait for justice. A court has convicted 20 people for the 2018 mob lynching of 2 men falsely accused of kidnapping children. Give a dog a bad name, and then street justice, that's work, right? Okay. And Britain in Netflix con mom faces fresh charges in Singapore. One of the stories making the rounds. And Sri Lanka investigates after hackers steal $2.5 million. And woman trapped in the pool for 3 hours after outback toilet collapses. Well, that is where? In Australia. Oh boy. All right. So we move on. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, in the Middle East as well, as we continue. Key suspect in notorious Tadamoon massacre during Syria civil war has been arrested, and Trump says Israel-Lebanon ceasefire extends by 3 weeks, but he won't rush Iran deal. Meanwhile, top Iranian figures speak of iron unity as the U.S. president claims that the country leadership is embroiled in fighting. And U.S. and Iran in blockade standoff as Pakistan pushes for talks. A couple discovers Lebanon home destroyed by Israel from satellite image. Well, finding out that your building or your home has been destroyed on satellite image. That's quite an interesting one, right? Yeah, okay. In other stories making the rounds on the African continent, Kenyan leader sparks uproar after mocking Nigerians speaking English. Now, William Ruto says Kenyans speak some of the best English in the world, while it's hard to understand Nigerians. Oh boy. Okay. So on the African continent, who speaks the best English? Is it Nigeria? Is it Kenya? Is it the greatest country, Ghana? Is it the Liberians who spoke and then the Liberian president speaking and then Trump saying, why were you educated? Who didn't know that Liberians are ones who were from, or slaves who were resettled from the Americas, and therefore they have the same accent, that's it. But well, what do you think about all that? It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. So going on Global Trotting, and what have I got for you? Still on the African front at 11:31. Okay, just bear with me as it load. Okay, it seems to be a bit slower there. Okay, Trump administration may expand refugees program for white South Africans. The U.S. president has repeatedly made false claims of genocide being carried out against minority white Afrikaners. And Tanzania vows constitutional reform following post-election bloodshed. Who is going to reform it? How is it going to be reformed? Is it going to be reformed in the to the advantage of the leadership at the moment, or what? Now, South Africa suspends police chief over corruption case. That has been one of the stories that is made the rounds over the week or during the course of the week. While I visited Bauchi Governor Bala Mohammed, as Peter Obi is saying, and then DSS arraigns El-Rufai for allegedly intercepting Ribadu's phone conversation. Interesting one there. We'll be looking at it in a moment. So wherever you are, if you don't think about touching it at all, but this all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Obasa Obinikoro rally support for Hamzat at Alakja backs Tinubu's re-election, and Nigeria needs to chart a new course, says Hayatu Din. What new course is that? Well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In Ghana, Mahama has engaged CEO Network Ghana and pledges support for private sector expansion. A regressive political arrest threat to Ghana's democracy, Jerry Ahmed is saying. Well, if you want to throw mad, then be rest assured that something is going to happen, right? Okay. The FDA has seized and destroyed over 55,000 units of substandard second-hand diapers to protect infant health. Galamsey is worse under Mahama. Even churches now lack clean water for baptism, Jerry Ahmed is saying. Well, and because of that, there's been a reaction from one of the NDC, big hooks there, by name, what do you call her? Who has attacked the Church of Pentecost chairman, Dr. Mary Ewusi, who is saying that, well, if the chairman does say anything pertaining to the fact that the current government is not fighting or not doing enough to fight Galamsey, then she's going to come out, and this time round will come out without the gloves to come and punch. Okay, not physically punch, but virtually come in to castigate or say whatever she want to say against the chairman of the Church of Pentecost. But, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, where Ghana owes £5 million in unpaid stipends to PhD students in the UK. That's what the High Commissioner is saying. But he's saying you can't stay, work, and still claim stipends. High Commissioner Benson fires at Ghanaian scholars in the UK. We're going to be looking at all that as the program unfolds. But wherever you are this morning, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 11:35. Starr, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's take a quick break. We come back. We continue with the show.
Hey, beautiful people. I'm May Queen, and something powerful is landing on the 1st of March 2026. The Make You Lounge, where faith meets vibe, where culture meets conversation, and where creativity meets purpose. Broadcasting live from London with strong diaspora root from the Make You Lounge every Sunday, 7 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. This isn't just a radio show, it is a movement. So lock it in, tell a friend, pull up to the lounge, because in the May Queen Lounge, we build legacy while we vibe. See you Sunday at 7 p.m.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say order, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's take this announcements and then we continue. Well, the Make You Lounge comes back on Sunday. Yes, she, May Queen, is hosting no other one than Sharon J, UK-based award-winning hair and beauty stylist entrepreneur. So make a date with them once she comes on. It's going to be a wonderful program. Please don't miss out on that. And her second guest is no other one but the one and only Adwa Ajimine, a UK-based AI trainer and consultant. You want to be in AI? As I've been saying, it is a time where things are moving so swiftly that if you don't, you blink and then you are behind. So you have to keep your eyes and your ears and everything open so you can get things done properly. And the way forward is the AI. So investing in it and all stuff. But what do you think about all that? Well. Join Adwa Ajimine on the Make You Lounge hosted by May Queen on Sunday when she puts all the questions towards her. Well, to tell you maybe how, some way, somehow, you can also get yourself there, right? Good. And then moving on, Women in the Strong Room Conference, Shaping Tomorrow's Women Today. It's hosted by Ambassador Charlotte Odum. And the date is Saturday, May 16, 2026. Doors open exactly at 10:30 a.m. It is 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. prompt. And it's going to be at the Community House, South Street, Bromley, BR11RH. Community House, South Street, Bromley, BR11RH. And for all those who are expecting to be speaking, some of the guest speakers there, Chris Swatchko, International Relationship speaker, she's going to be there. Rachel Lamond, MBA, Financial Protection Advisor. And then Councillor Thelma Audrey, Councillor Barrow of Newham. They are going to be the speakers on that program. Now, if you want to contact them, contact her for further information. You can email Charlotte Odum Foundation at gmail.com. Charlotte Odum Foundation at gmail.com or call 077-229-298-84. 077-229-298-84. Or you can scan this QR code to secure your place and register. Okay, the QR code is on the broadcast. If you're watching us live, just go there, scan it, and then you can get yourself registered there. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. And then one more from there. GIL Accountancy Services, your trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, helping you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Reliable accounting and tax support you can trust. At GIL Accountancy Services, we provide tailored accounting, tax, and business advisory solutions, giving you peace of mind and helping your business thrive. The services they provide include accounts preparation, personnel and business tax returns, bookkeeping, payroll management, accounts, VAT returns and VAT advisory, tax planning and business advisory, gift aid claim. Now, who do they support? Self-employed individuals, landlords and property investors, partnership, limited companies, charities and social enterprises. Why do you have to choose GIL Accountancy Services? Well, they are professional, they are friendly, and reliable. Tailored solutions for your goals. They do proactive tax planning, clear practical advices, and dedicated client support. For further information, take control of your finance today. Call 07961 248834, 07961 248834, or you can email them at dan@gilaccountants.com. dan@gilaccountants.com is accountant with an S, or you can go to their website. It is www.gilaccountants.com. www.gilaccountants.com. Remember, there is free initial consultation, so don't miss out on that. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Save the date, Saturday 2nd May 2026, from 1:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Join us at the Leonardo Hotel, Wellesley Road, Croydon. Transform your life with LiveVantage. Boost your health and your finances. Call now to secure your space. +44 7424 489 578.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
You are listening to Starr Radio Morning Show.
It's a good morning to all, yes, and to Mrs. Kwanzaa at 11:43. And let me say the line is activated. Yes, call us via Teams and just look for Starr Radio UK via Teams, and your voice will be heard. All right. Starr Radio UK via Teams, and your voice will be heard. Okay.
Call the studio now.
All right, let's move on now to the nitty-gritties. summaries of the stories or the headlines that are brought your way this morning. Now, first of all, with the issue pertaining to Trump's reaction to what Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, they say. Well, you know that because Meghan, yes, was that's the wife of that's the Duchess of Sussex, was initially she never agreed with Trump during his first term, and well, they don't see eye to eye. But Trump doesn't care about her. I think, well, I don't want to use words that he's used in the past, but the issue is with what Trump or what Prince Harry is saying. Is it a right move? Is it a right thing that he's saying that people have to listen to it at all? What do you think? What do you think? Well, because he's saying that, well, Ukraine had to forgo its nuclear capabilities or hand it over because of assurances that the US and other Western countries at the time gave. And now that they are under attack because they don't have that, can you just imagine if they had that? You think Putin will be, or Russia will be attacking them? No way. No way. So in the same vein, if you take this and juxtapose it or superimpose it to what is happening in Iran, where they are saying, leave it, don't take that. Well, we don't want you to acquire nuclear weapons. Okay, naturally, what they're going to be saying later on, we're going to make sure that we protect you, we're going to give you all this assurance and blah, 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 blah. And they are sitting there looking at what has happened in the past to other countries. Do you think they will give out or give in? Or is it going to be a temporary pause? Because they go back or look back to history and see what has happened to people or countries who were told that, hey, just give it up and then you'll be okay because we assure you that we're going to protect you. Now, none of us ever thought that we're going to be seeing wars this way in this current dispensation. Where, what? Cities or towns are being just ruined, they just robbed down, just destroyed. There wasn't any time. So I remember on that's the few weeks before the Ukrainian war started, which I knew that it started on the 24th of February. But we are in the 5th year now. So 2020 or 2021 or 2022, whichever. So let's say 2022. So we are going into that. And I remember sitting on this program with my brother Felix and Mr. Frank Davis, and we were having a discuss. And I did mention the fact that I think Russia would definitely attack. And I was saying that there was nothing. Now, why would Russia want to do that? So they were just maybe flexing their muscles for Ukraine not to allow NATO to be that Ukraine joining NATO and joining the EU and all those bits. So we all agreed that, oh, well, but it was just a matter of time, and the 24th of February, they invaded, they attacked Ukraine. So, in the same vein, if other countries are looking at this, so let's say it's a country like North Korea, where we say their leadership are rogue or whatever, and we know that, they can just use it. For some time now, I think a couple of weeks or a week ago, they've been doing some testing, ballistic and all that stuff, and they are telling you that, well, this can go far. Now, do you think if they go to a negotiation and say, you know what, with everything that is happening, in order for the Ukraine, what do you call it, Korean Peninsula to be peaceful, we want you to give up your nuclear weapons or ambitions? Do you think they will do it? No way would they do it. No way. Because I look at the whole thing critically and look at what is happening, and they will say that, okay, if we come to, we have sit down and sign. Those who appended their signatures to whatever document or whatever agreement will not be there. That is a 10 years, 20 years, will not be in position or be in power. And therefore, and then somebody decide to attack. And when they are going to attack, now you don't have the power to defend yourself. So if Prince Harry did say that, what was wrong with that? Well, he took a swat at him that Harry, that didn't speak for the UK, but him, Trump speaks for the UK. Wow. And he's spoken. And let me tell you what he has said about the Prime Minister and the fact that if the Prime Minister doesn't do what he is saying, the Prime Minister is going to lose out. Because already he's threatening the UK with big tariff because the UK or the Prime Minister decided not to give a helping hand to the US when they are trying to fight Iran. Okay. Now, there again, this is a situation where you remember the Afghanistan war and the Iraq war. Yeah. So NATO agreement is that if anybody attacks any NATO country, one, we've all been attacked. So we all get on and do whatever we have to do. However, because of past experiences where there were set up dossiers, where there were people doing all sorts, that the UK and other NATO countries got themselves involved in the war and then ended up finding out that actually, where they said there was ammunition or whatever power that Iraq had, yes, weapons of mass destruction. I don't know what weapons that was, and they ended up that there wasn't anything of the sort. But what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen there? Well, so he's saying that the UK is going to face big tariffs. And what else? And if the North Sea, if the Prime Minister doesn't get on to see to drilling the North Sea oil and doing stuff, he is going to lose election. So he has now become one who is also predicting election results as well. But somebody will ask the question, well, you didn't say the past election before this one, is it the 2020 election? You did win the election, but it was stolen from you and all that stuff that went on. But do you agree with that past thing? Because that means he didn't get his facts right. Well, but if he's making such a prediction, do you think the Prime Minister of the UK is about to lose his position? Well, we know the midterm election is ensuing and the 7th of May. What is going to happen there? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London at 9 minutes to the top of the hour. That means 9 minutes to 12. The line is still open. If you want to pass your comments, you want to post your comments on the platforms that we are broadcasting on, feel free to do so. And be rest assured of one thing, I'm going to read that. So, NATO says there is no provision for member states to be suspended or expelled from the military alliance after a report said the US could seek to suspend Spain over its Iran war stance. I thought Trump doesn't want to be part of the NATO any longer. That's what I thought, right? But it looks like he's not going to be playing that game. But what do you think? All right. Let's take a quick break. I come back. Let me have a sip of water and you can also do the same. And I'll be back with you. Stay tuned.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Hey, beautiful people. I'm May Queen, and something powerful is landing on the 1st of March 2026. The Make You Lounge, where faith meets vibe, where culture meets conversation, and where creativity meets purpose. Broadcasting live from London with strong diaspora root from the Make You Lounge every Sunday, 7 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. This isn't just a radio show, it is a movement. So lock it in, tell a friend, pull up to the lounge, because in the May Queen Lounge, we build legacy while we vibe. See you Sunday at 7 p.m.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bring it the time now exactly to 5 minutes to the top of the hour, and we are bringing you everything that you need to know pertaining to the news that is making the rounds this morning. And I'm here. I remain yours sincerely,
Archie on Starr Radio. Archie, nobody does it better.
All right, now, so pertaining to the story that we were looking at before we took the break, that pertains to U.S. officials saying who said an internal Pentagon email has suggested measures for the U.S. to punish allies it believed had failed to support its campaign. The email has suggested reviewing the U.S. position on the UK's claim to the Falkland Islands in the South Atlantic, which are also claimed by Argentina. A NATO official has said that organization's founding treaty does not foresee any provision for suspension of NATO membership or expulsion. Now, Spain's leader has also dismissed the report. Donald Trump has repeatedly criticized NATO allies for their reluctance to play a greater role after the U.S. and after the U.S. and Israel attacked Iran in late February, and Iran subsequently restricted shipping through the key Strait of Hormuz route. Now, Spain has refused to allow the use of air bases on its territory for attacks on Iran. The U.S. has 2 military bases in Spain: Naval Station Rota and Moron Air Base. Now, Pedro Sanchez said, "We do not work based on emails. We work with official documents and official positions taken, in this case, by the government of the United States." Now, Sanchez added that Spain supported full cooperation with its allies, but always within the framework of international law. Meanwhile, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has insisted that greater involvement in the war or the current US blockade of Iran's port is not in UK's interest. The UK has allowed the US to use British bases to launch strikes on Iranian sites targeting the Strait of Hormuz, and RAF planes have taken part in missions to shoot down Iranian drones. The UK, France, and others have said they will be willing to keep the Strait of Hormuz open after a lasting ceasefire or the end of the war. Last month, Trump said he had always considered NATO to be one-way street. We will protect them, but they will do nothing for us. Is that true? Didn't he protect the didn't the NATO fight alongside the US at the time during the Afghanistan and the Iraqi war? Didn't they? And how many soldiers died? I remember when every evening we have the news, and I've forgotten the name of the place where there will be the Air Force land, the military planes land, and then they bring the bodies of people who have lost their lives during the course of the war. But well, he said that you guys didn't come to our aid. Well, they say you didn't present us with enough information pertaining to the justification for this war. And look at how everything is impacting everyone across the globe. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at 12 o'clock exactly, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, so do you think that King Charles visiting the US next week, do you think Trump is going to invite Harry to the White House during the dinner, knowing that this is the king's own son, or because it's not the working royal, so he will not be invited? Oh, a U.S. Special Forces soldier involved in the military operation that captured Nicolas Maduro has been arrested after he allegedly bet on the removal of the Venezuelan former leader before the information was publicly available. The U.S. Department of Justice has charged Gannon Ken Van Dyke after he allegedly made trades on Polymarkets, a crypto-powered platform, on the basis of classified information. That is clear insider trading and is illegal under federal law, Justice Department officials said. The Van Dyke, an active duty soldier in the U.S. Army stationed at Fort Bragg in North Carolina, won more than $409,000 or £303,000 as a result of his bets. U.S. forces seized Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, from their compound in Caracas in a dramatic nighttime raid on the 3rd of January and brought them to New York to face allegation of weapon and drug offenses, which they deny. Van Dyke allegedly placed bets on the timing and outcome of the operation known as Operation Absolute Resolve, all to turn a profit, the Justice Department said in the statement on Thursday. The DOJ alleges that on or about 26 December 2025, Van Dyke created a Polymarket account and began trading on Maduro's and Venezuela-related markets. He is accused of making bets of more than $33,000 while in a possession of classified non-public information about Operation Absolute Resolve. Well, so do you think that it would have been better if he had passed the information on to, or told somebody, I want you to go and bet. Go and bet. If you win, you have to pay me, or I get a stake in your this thing. You think that would have been better than he going on by himself and now having this problem? Well. The means wasn't good, though he got what he wanted. But it was a bad move, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. How has this happened? We're bringing you everything that you need to know. Well, Steve Rosenberg has said the Kremlin is tightening grip on internet in Russia, and that is fueling discontent. Why? Near the Kremlin, several dozens of people are queuing outside the presidential administration office. They've come to submit petition calling on President Vladimir Putin to end a crackdown on the internet. Russian authorities have been tightening control of the country's cyberspace. Access to global messaging apps has been restricted, and there were widespread disruption to even shutdown of mobile internet. Petitioning the president is legal, but in an authoritarian state, this is putting your head above the parapet, ready for it to be slashed off. And people are being made to feel that. And from across the street, security officers are filming petitioners. And us, that's what the reporter is saying. Very scared. He replies, I'm shaking. Putin has acknowledged the disruption, describing it as related to operational work to prevent terrorist attack, although he says he has instructed officials to allow for the uninterrupted operation of essential internet services. Now, Julia, who owns a catering company, explains how attempts to censor the internet have affected her business. There were times recently when our website was not accessible. We couldn't generate revenue, she says. We are losing money every time there is a blocking of the internet, a blocking of messages, Telegram and WhatsApp. My business is entirely on the internet. Without internet access in this form, it will not exist. So if our like Starr Radio UK and we are operating from there, we will not be able to operate. But do you think they will hearken to that and do a U-turn on that? Boy, I doubt. I really doubt that. It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Before we leave the Europe on a sad note, one sad story. A 58-year-old woman has been killed by a bear in a remote mountainous area in Poland, according to her son and the local government. The incident took place when the woman and her 27-year-old son were walking separately in a forest near the town of Plona in the southeastern Bizardi region. A firefighter at the scene told News Network that, according to the woman's son, he was on the phone to her when he heard her scream, "Bear, bear!" and the phone went dead. The son raised the alert, but by the time emergency services arrived, the woman was dead. The firefighter said the woman had lacerated and extensive head injuries. Now, Bukowski commune argued or urged people in the area to refrain from entering nearby forest areas due to fatal bear attacks on a woman in Plona in a social media post. Now, Poland is home to around 100 brown bears, with most living in Bizardi. Deadly encounters between humans and animals are extremely rare, though. The last recorded deadly attack in Poland took place in 2014, according to local media. Well, may her soul rest in perfect peace. Bear, bear, bear. Now, let's move on at 6 minutes past 12, and let's go to one other story making the rounds in Asia or on the Asia continent. One summer afternoon in 2018, two men set out on a road trip into the Karbi Anglong region of India, northeastern Assam state. They never came back. Abhijit Nath, a 30-year-old businessman, and Nilot Pal, that's a 29-year-old musician, were driving from the city of Guwahati. By evening, their journey had taken them to a village where they were surrounded by a mob that suspected them of being child kidnappers and beaten to death. The case drew national attention, not only for its brutality, but because it reflected a wider pattern of violence emerging at the time across part of India. Rumors about child abduction gangs were spreading rapidly through WhatsApp messages and viral videos, fueling suspicion of strangers and, in some cases, mob attacks. Nearly 8 years later, the lynching is back in the headline after a court in Assam convicted 20 people, finding them guilty of murder and participation in an unlawful assembly, while acquitting 25 others of lack of evidence beyond reasonable doubt. The sentencing is going to be today. Those convicted have denied allegation. They have the option to appeal against the verdict in the High Court. In its order, the Session Court said, this is not a simple case of murder. The involvement of the entire locality is established from the evidence on record. By the victims' families, the ruling has fallen short of the expectation of justice, with acquittal of more than half of the accused being a key concern. So what do you think there? What do you think is going to happen there? It's quite an interesting one, right? Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing us to Africa at exactly 8 minutes past the top of the hour. Now. Who speaks the best English on the African continent? Let the debate start. Who speaks the best English on the African continent? Is it 1, Kenyans, Nigerians, Liberians, or Ghanaians, or Sierra Leoneans? The English-speaking countries there. Well. A debate or an uproar has kicked off from a statement made by the Kenyan president. The Kenyan president, William Ruto, has faced social media backlash after publicly suggesting that Nigerian accented English was incomprehensible and it required a translator. Now, addressing Kenyans in Italy on Monday, Ruto said, if you listen to a Nigerian speaking, you don't know what they are saying. You need a translator. While boasting that Kenyans spoke some of the best English in the world. His remarks drew fierce condemnation from Nigerians and other Africans online who accused the Kenyan leader of demeaning a fellow African nation. English is a colonial language, not a measure of intelligence, capabilities, or national progress, wrote Hopewell Chinono, a Zimbabwean journalist. As former British colonies, both Kenya and Nigeria share English as an official language, but each country has developed distinct spoken varieties with different phonetics structures. Now, these differences reflect the influence of indigenous languages. Nigeria has more than 500 languages, which shapes its cadence and intonations, while Kenya, Bantu, Nilotic, and Cushitic mix give rise to its own accent. But in his address to the diaspora gathering, Ruto said Kenya education system produced strong English proficiency and that it was difficult to understand Nigerians when they spoke English. Now, education is good. English is good. We speak some of the best English in the world. If you listen to a Nigerian speaking, you don't know what they are saying. You need a translator, even when they are speaking English, he said, sparking laughter in the room. I went on further to say, we have some of the best human capital anywhere in the world. We just need to sharpen it with more training, Ruto added. Well, he says they can speak better colonial masters language than other countries who were also colonized by the same colonial masters. And so what do you think? Well, Ruto is mocking the English of the country with a Nobel Prize for Literature winner, the nation of Archie Chimamanda, former Nigerian Senator Shehu Sani, who said on X, referring to Wole Soyinka, the country's only Nobel Prize winner, along with acclaimed artists Chinua Achebe and Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Other social media users urged Ruto to focus on addressing pressing issues facing its citizens, such as cost of living and unemployment, rather than engaging in what they describe as distraction. And what do you think about all that? Well. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London at 12 minutes past 12 the time as we go on. And now let's enter into some other parts of Africa. Now, Tanzania's President Samia Suluhu Al-Hassan has promised constitutional reform in response to last year's post-election violence that left hundreds of people dead. A government commission is set up to investigate the bloodshed announced its findings on Thursday. It said 518 people were killed and at least 2,000 injured. The opposition claims thousands of people died and had called the report an attempt to whitewash the regime's crimes. Now, Hassan said the commission's finding will guide constitutional amendment and promised the establishment of a reconciliation commission. The president also announced the formation of a criminal investigative body to review the post-election unrest. What happened in October 2025 did not stop or reduce the issues we face as a country. Chaos erupted, but the chaos and violence did not solve our problems. Instead, they added onto our issues, said Hassan. Now, she said that the body will identify those who planned, financed, and were involved in criminal acts, such as looting and damaging infrastructure. Now, it will be investigated. It will also investigate claims of missing bodies and allegation of abductions, Hassan said. So, when did all this happen and under whose watch? Is it the government that killed these individuals? Wouldn't they have been arrested and put before trial instead of them being shot dead? Well, we'll talk about that another day. But for now, this is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on as we go to Niger, as I did say earlier on from there. The DSS has arraigned El-Rufai for allegedly intercepting Rubado's phone conversations. To remain in custody of secret police until May the 18th. The Department of State Service said on Thursday, arraigned former Governor Nasser El-Rufai of Kaduna State for allegedly intercepting the phone conversation of the telephone line of the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu. Well, so he's also got friends in higher places, right? Now, El-Rufai, who was arraigned before Justice Joyce Abdul Malik of the Federal High Court in Abuja on a 5-count federal amended charge, pleaded not guilty to all counts. The charge is marked. Now, when the case was called, DSS lawyer Oluwole Aladedoye informed the court that the matter was fixed for the defendant to take his plea. Aladedoye, however, told the court that a further amendment 5-count charge was filed on April 13th. Now, the lawyer prayed the court to substitute it with the earlier 3-count charge. We pray that the earlier charge be struck out, my lord, he said. The respondent, El-Rufai's counsel, Oluwole Iyamu, said he had been served with the amended charge and that he was not opposing it. The judge then struck out the earlier 3-count charge. Now, after the courts were read to the let me take it again. After the counts were read to the former governor, he pleaded not guilty, and Aladedoye sought a 3 consecutive trial date. Yamu, however, objected to an application for 3 consecutive days for commencement of the trial. He submitted that since the defendant had been in custody of independent corrupt practices and other related offenses, Commission ICPC having access to him with the 3 days of the trial might be difficult. According to him, the 3 days might not be in the best interest of the defense. Yamu also informed the court of their bail application filed on February the 17th. However, the further affidavits in support of the bail application was not in the court file, and the judge stood down the matter for Iyamu to do the needful. Upon resumed hearing, Iyamu moved the bail application and urged the court to grant their prayers. Aladeye did not oppose the bill request, but he prayed the court to set conditions to ensure that the defendant present himself for trial. Aladeye proceeded to also move a motion seeking an order to conceal the identities of 2 of the 5 witnesses to be called by the prosecution. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So, what are happening in Nigeria? What are the chances? What do you think? Well, is Dangote's refinery producing fuel, jet fuel, aviation fuel at all? A crucial meeting convened yesterday by the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, with the airlines operators of Nigeria, oil marketers, and oil marketers and regulators ended in a deadlock with no agreement reached on reducing the soaring cost of aviation fuel. It goes on further to say Keyamo, who briefed journalists after the meeting, said consultation will continue over the next 48 hours to 72 hours to find a workable solution to the nearly 300% surge in aviation fuel prices. He acknowledged that the current pricing regime was putting severe pressure on airline operators, warning that they may be forced to increase airfares to stay afloat. But the question is the Dangote refinery producing aviation fuel at all, or what? All right then. And if it is, how are they accessible to the airlines operating in Nigeria, or have they got contractual agreement with some airlines or some countries where they supply them with, therefore cannot supply Nigeria at all? Well. It will all end when the war or the Strait of Hormuz is all opened and things begin to flow the way they're supposed to flow. It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. The Deputy Minority Chief Whip and Member of Parliament for Weija Gbawe that is Jerry Ahmed Shaibu, has called on the public and the media to demand accountability for unprecedented environmental destruction caused by activities of illegal miners, popularly known as galamsey. Speaking on a radio station, the lawmaker said this is necessary because the current administration has failed to deliver on its promise to end illegal mining. Shaibu highlighted the dire state of Ghana's water bodies, referencing recent remarks by the chairman of the Church of Pentecost regarding the impact of galamsey on religious activities or practices. Galamsey has become unprecedented in this dispensation. It has reached the extent where the chairman of the Church of Pentecost had to say that they can't even go ahead to have baptism in the river bodies anywhere. They cannot take their church members to any of the rivers for baptism. This is the extent of the damage. But well, in reaction to that, one of the stewards of the NDC, Dr. Mary Ewuzi, who is the CEO of the Ghana Free Zone Authority and a senior National Democratic Congress figure, has warned Apostle Dr. Eric Nyamiche, chairman of the Church of Pentecost, saying that over his comments on illegal mining in galamsey, insisting that he should cease making such remarks while threatening to deal with him if he repeats them. Interesting. Now, the issue is, has there been degradation in the environment and the water bodies more polluted than it was formerly? If not, it's better off than before then. Then, was the chairman of the Church of Pentecost speaking or looking at it from that perspective, or was it speaking or looking at it from the perspective that is worse off than it was in the past? So, did he call on the current presidency or government to say that you've not done enough and therefore things are worsening? Or did he say we cannot just go baptizing people in the rivers or doing religious activities of that sort? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. One other story, and then we'll bring the program to a close. The Ghana High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Saba Zita Benson, has taken a firm stance against Ghanaian scholars in the UK who continue to demand stipends after completing their studies. She insists that the practice is unjustifiable. Speaking to some in an interview, she said some beneficiaries of the government scholarship have overstayed the academic timelines while still expecting financial support from the state. We have people who have completed their course maybe in 2023, but they claim that the award letter promised to give them stipends, and so the government owes them stipends when they were supposed to have completed in 2023. But they're still here in the UK asking for stipends, she stated. She revealed that the situation is particularly pronounced among PhD students with a significant financial burden already incurred by the government. In fact, the PhD cohort, we owe them about £5 million, now which includes tuition and stipends, she said. According to her, some of the individuals demanding these payments have already completed their academic work and moved into employment. Now she quotes, if you look at the leadership of the PhD students, at least once I met when they threatened to protest last week, 17th of April, yes, they have completed the PhDs. The leadership that I met, the president, my own good friend, Pansa, has completed and defended his thesis. His colleagues have completed, but they are waiting for stipends, and some of them have already started working. They are already teaching in universities here, but they are waiting for taxpayers' money to offset their stipends for them. He explained. The High Commissioner argued that such action places an unfair burden on Ghanaian taxpayers and undermines accountability in scholarship administration. She pointed to provisions in the new scholarship framework as a necessary corrective measure. That is why I believe Article Section 31 of the new Scholarship Act is good, because for situations like that, if you decide to stay here and teach, then you have to refund the money that we spent on you. She added, of course. If you happen to decide to stay here and continue with whatever thing that you are doing, then you should be made to pay back whatever monies that has been spent on you. Because, after all, you were being trained here so you can go back to the country with a scholarship that the money that the country has spent on you to work and use your service or your experience there to benefit the state that sponsored your education. But well, what do we see? Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I have to bring the program to a close for today. It's been a pleasure coming your way. God willing, we'll be here on Sunday with a live church broadcast and also with May Queen on the Make You line exactly at 7 p.m. And she'll be having as a guest two astound women, Ajua Ajimai, who is a UK-based AI trainer and consultant. And the second guest will be Sharon Ajay, who is a UK-based winning hair and beauty stylist entrepreneur. So the women, listen in. The men, listen in. Maybe during this International Mother's Day, I spoke to somebody yesterday, one of my in-laws. Rosie, let me say massive good morning to you in the US. I hope you are doing very, very well and recovering very good. Now, and we did talk about the fact that, well, in the UK, we celebrate Mother's Day differently for all of them. I said, well, we drive on the right side of the road and all you others drive on the wrong side of the road. So maybe as they celebrate International Mother's Day, Mother's Sunday, pretty soon, you can get your hand on one of these hairs that Sharon AJ produces. Very, very lovely one. And then maybe buy it for your wife, your girlfriend, or your mom, or of course your sister, or even your friend. What about that? Well. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Starr Radio UK, and this is where we bring the program to a close. Until I come your way on Monday with another edition of the live Starr Radio UK morning show. It's been me, your one and only Archie, saying, stay blessed and don't you go away. It was lovely coming your way. Until I see you on Monday, bye-bye for now.
The best radio show.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Thanks for listening.